Pin him, choke. Go ahead and strangle him.
So I get my revenge.
Yes, strangle him for real. Don't feel sorry for him, Kent. Grab for real. Hold his neck tighter, tighter.
How did that happen?
He cheated. Here's what happens. Check it out. Kent, when you were on the bottom, let's show what he did. Buck and push, buck and push. And when you buck and push, instinctively, the person can easily brace their hands out to avoid falling. So when you buck to push the attacker off, he's gonna brace himself. When Hidon was on the bottom, he didn't buck and push aimlessly at all. What he did was he used both of his hands to secure one of my arms, wrist, elbow, and the secret was down below. He hooks my foot with his foot so that he immobilizes my arm and the foot on the same side of my body. So although I'm strangling him, he is setting up his escape. Once those are trapped, he bridges his hips straight up and goes all the way over to his knees. And once on his knees, he can either get up and go home or step over my legs and achieve the mount and win the fight from here. Okay, where life is very good.
Wow.
So you're gonna lay down and try this, please. So now, from here, once again, you're gonna grab Hidon's wrist.
Perfect. Elbow down, this hand. Right here behind my elbow. Good. Now look real quick. One interesting fact. If you hold my wrist like this, okay, we call this a C grip. You don't want to do that. It's weak. Look at this. Now use no thumb and cup over my wrist, a monkey grip.
With the full
now I can't put my hand on the floor. Very good.
Because there's no opening, it's much more solid. Keep it glued to your chest.
Elbow closer, very nice. And I'm gonna pull back a little bit, secure it right there. Notice how you're using your back muscles to secure my arm to your chest. Very good.
And then trap this leg here down below. Perfect, on the same side. Very nice.
Lift the other knee up.
Perfect. Now, slowly, without letting go of Hidon's arm, you're gonna thrust your hips up, and as you lift your hips, gravity will take over, and you're gonna follow him to your knees. So hold this bridge up and over that shoulder, please. Here we go.
Go.
Nice. Hey, calm down. Hey.
That was amazing.
That was very good.
You know, I have to ask, how big are you?
195, 6'3".
I'm 5'6" and 150 pounds, and I rolled you off of me like that.
Yes. Against
that
large
technique was amazing.
It's your hips, it's your whole body.
Yes.
Knocking my weight off balance. And plus it's a surprise.
It was pure leverage.
Yes, it's almost like cheating. With those 36 techniques, you have the solutions to all the most common worst case scenarios that can happen in a real fight.
So with the Gracie Combative DVDs, do you need a partner to practice the exercises?
In the Gracie Combatives DVDs, each lesson has a solo preparation drill.
Right, so
one
essentially,
person can do it.
You can go through the movements and kind of learn and become comfortable with the movements on your own, but eventually to build reflexes for the streets, you want to get a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a friend, someone to come in and say, hey, let's go through the motions together. So yes, you can learn them on your own, but to develop those real reflexes, you want to have a partner. Now, if you can't find a partner, you can go to gracieuniversity.com. We have an incredible student database of students practicing in 144 countries. So you can find a partner and they'll dedicate with you 100%. And that's the same website that if you have a question on the techniques, you can post your question to that website and either one of us or one of our instructors will provide you with an answer.
This is great stuff. Now, you guys promised to teach me another technique later in the show, but coming up next, we've got Michael Zabrowski, the first guy to earn a blue belt from the Gracie Combative series, from his home, by the way, in a little small town in upstate New York. Stick around, back with more Ahead of the Curve in just a few minutes.
As I got out of my car, I saw this guy, he's 30 years younger than me, upset, he's yelling, he's cursing. He charged at me. I clinched with him, leg hook takedown, and choked him out. Who knows, if it wouldn't have been for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, what would have happened there?
There is absolutely no experience necessary to learn Gracie Combatives. The 36 techniques featured in this groundbreaking at-home training program are based entirely on leverage and timing, so anyone can execute them regardless of age or athletic ability.
Once I lost my sight, the whole playing field changed. I made the conscious decision right then and there that I needed something that would work for me, a blind person. And that's when I started training in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. I can't see them, but I can hear them, and I can follow the movements step by step. Every technique, I'm replaying it visually in my mind.
Cage fighting might not be for everyone, but Gracie Combatives is. The techniques are so simple that anyone can learn.
While I was going through testing and preparing for surgery, my 14-year-old son started the Gracie Combatives program. I had my surgery and I asked my doctor if this was something I could do, if I could start jiu-jitsu. I'm a 46-year-old woman, and jiu-jitsu was the last thing I ever thought that I would do.
With Gracie Combatives, you get a dynamic full-body workout while learning the most effective system of self-defense. And now, for a limited time, you can own the complete instructional DVD series for 3 low payments of $39.95.
The secret to the Gracie Combative system is a revolutionary training process called dynamic reflex development. In each lesson, my brother and I introduce you to one new technique, and then we teach you how to execute it in combination with all the previously learned techniques, so that you get an incredible workout while developing reflexes that could literally save your life.
It doesn't matter how big or small you are. In just 36 lessons, you will gain an advantage over 99% of the human population. And now is your chance to try the complete system 100% risk-free for 30 days. If you're not completely satisfied, simply return the program for a full refund.
As a personal trainer, I recommend Gracie Combatives because it's a workout you're going to stick to. It's a workout that you're going to continue to enjoy, and it's a workout that's going to continue to produce results, not just with your physical body, with your mind.
Gracie Combatives is a limited time offer and is not available in stores. So call to order your 13 DVD program and join the global community of Gracie Combative students.
Welcome back to Ahead of the Curve. Joining me, of course, still Henner Gracie and Michael Dombrowski from a little town in upstate New York, who actually is the first person to get his blue belt using the Gracie Combative DVD series. Michael, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Let me ask you, you've been training with these DVDs for months, and now you're here for the first time with your instructor. What's it like to actually be face-to-face with your instructor?
Yeah, you know, it's really strange because I spent like the last 8 months, you know, with these guys on the DVDs, and you know, after all that time, it seems like, you know, I had like personal lessons with them. And now sitting here next to them, it's like sitting next to somebody that I've known for the past 8 months, and we just met the other day, you know?
That's so cool. And Henner, what's it like for you? I mean, being with a student, your first student to get their blue belt online.
I mean, it's great. You know, of course, we had a chance to roll around earlier this week, and he had a chance to choke me out a few times. So I verified that his knowledge is legit. He does know the techniques. I respect so much his dedication to making it happen. I mean, you saw the videos, right? He's in his bedroom doing the techniques in like 10 by 10 little small area on his carpet with his dad.
What was that like? You got some bonding time with your dad too, and he learned the moves.
Oh, absolutely. It was a great bonding experience for us. We would pop the DVDs in, and then we would start training with the guys, and I tell you, it was an amazing experience for us. It really brought us closer together, and we're still to this day continuing the lessons.
How long did it take you from start to when you were awarded the blue belt?
It took us about 8 months to get the blue belts. That's training, you know, 3 to 4 hours a week. So we definitely put in some quality time, but we had a lot of fun with it along the way.
And Henner, what's the average time it takes somebody?
Yeah, that's about right. It's normally about 8 months to a year for students here at the Gracie Academy. And I think students really enjoy the DVD program. They can really take control of their progress and go through it at their own pace.
That's great. Now, Michael, what do you think about when you got the DVDs, when they arrived, you opened up the box, what were you thinking?
I mean, at first, I wasn't really sure if you could get a legitimate self-defense system on DVD, you know, along with a great workout. And we popped in that first, you know, DVD. We went through the first 3 lessons, and it was amazing. You know, you're learning something as you're getting in better shape. I mean, my father was actually able to lose like 25 pounds while we were doing this, so it was just a great experience for us. We had a problem in lesson 9 of the series, straight arm lock. So we posted a question to the Gracie University forum, and in no time, Henner got back to us.
And to have access to these guys directly
absolutely.
is amazing.
There's like a camaraderie there, you know, that you can't believe that it happens through technology. But
you got the blue belt now. What's the next move?
For right now, we're continuing the lessons, my father and I, and after that, the master cycle will soon be released, hopefully, and we'll continue on towards our purple belt.
Now, what's the master cycle?
The master cycle is the continuation, basically. The Gracie Combatives program is the white to blue belt curriculum, and the master cycle is essentially from blue to purple and to brown, and then eventually black belt. But the interesting part, and what we want people to understand, is that you don't need a black belt to be street ready. Essentially, once you're a blue belt, you have the techniques that'll defeat 99% of the human population. The only people who have a chance against someone who knows the Gracie Combative system are people who also know it.
Michael, have you had a chance to use your techniques yet?
I have a couple of my wrestling buddies, you know, they were wondering, you know, hey, does this work, you know? So we went down to the wrestling mat. They wanted to roll around a little bit, so I would put an attack on them, and then that's it. The fight would be over.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. I love it. Michael, thank you so much for being here. Now, you taught me a technique earlier, you and Hiron did. You promised to teach me one more. When we come back, will you teach that to me?